and welcome to Ellen Ruth Soap. I'm Ellen, and today I am in full Christmas mode again, and today I'm going to be making Christmas wreath soap using the fragrance Christmas wreath. Not very creative on my part, but hey, that's what it is. It's what it smells like. It's got a little bit of pine and fir, sort of conifer scent with a little bit of orange, so there's a sweetness to it. I think it's great, and I soaped with this last year. It soaps behaves beautifully, so I'm looking forward to using that today. For my color swirls, I'm going to be using matte Americana Red and matte Woodland Green, both from Wholesale Supplies Plus. I am running low on this. Obviously, I'm not going to use much because I have a teaspoon left. I hope I have enough. All right, anyway, enough about my woes. Those are going to be the color swirls, and I'm going to do some piping on top. I'm going to hope to take my leaf tip and do some little wreaths with berries on top of this soap, is what I'm hoping. Last year I tried this and I piped too early and my soap was kind of loose and my wreaths just sort of looked like circles and not flat or not leaves on there, but hoping to do a better job this year. You're coming along. Let's give it a whirl. This is going to be a goat milk and oil soap today. I'm going to get everything pulled together, get my hair pulled back, safety gear on, and let's make some Christmas wreath soap. All right, it's soap additives time, and the fragrance is already in here with my oils and butters. And let me show you really quick the piping tips. This is an Atico 67 leaf tip, and I don't know if you can sorry. See, it's got that little divot in the top, so it makes just a nice little pretty leaf with a little bit of it's just a pretty leaf tip. So I'm going to use that, and then just this open hole, which is a Wilton number 10, to do little berry dollops on the wreaths. So got the tips, got the oils and butters. Let's add our additives. Here is my goat milk. It's going in there, which I have water discounted from the lye solution for that. And we're going to do colloidal oats, 2 tablespoons, 2 tablespoons of heavy cream powder, and 2 tablespoons of kaolin clay. All the good stuff. Let me get this blended up, let those dry ingredients fully absorb into the oils, and then we'll come back when it's time to get making soap. All right, we're ready to get moving forward here, and it smells so good in here, very fresh. This has the essence of like pine needles, fir trees, and I think orange is like a sweet undernote. It's very, very nice. Anyway, smells great. So here is the lye solution, which does have distilled water, which I've dissolved 2 tablespoons of cane sugar in there. Then I snipped up my Tussa silk fibers, put them on top, poured the sodium hydroxide on that. It melted down the silk, and then after it was all mixed up together, I did some sodium lactate in here. And sodium lactate I use at a rate of 1 teaspoon per pound of oils. That's how much sodium lactate I use, and that just helps unmolding. It helps the bar firm up quicker for a smoother unmold the next day. So it's not necessary. You don't need it. If you don't have sodium lactate, don't worry about it, but I do love to soap with it. So I'm going to get this up to a nice, light trace, just past emulsification, get it split into the colors, and then we'll do a nice light swirl, and I have to save off enough for the piping on top. Turn this and hold my hand over the spout in case sometimes I get a little aggressive with the stirring and it can come out the spout, and I don't want that to happen. So you're going to see a little bit of a color morph here. It's going from a yellow ivory to sort of a beigeish tan, and that is the lye caramelizing the milks and everything, and it'll bounce back. It won't stay this dark, but I think it's actually really beautiful. And that's just chemistry at work right there, doing its thing. I love it. So one of the ways to tell if you have emulsification, it's a little tricky with the colloidal oats in there because that does have little granules, is to pull it out and see how it looks on your stick blender handle. That's just, if it looks smooth and you don't have oil rising to the top, you know you have emulsification. I need to go a little bit longer on here. You can kind of see the oil on the top, and so before you get to coloring or splitting it off, you just want to make sure you have fully emulsified and that just means that the lye molecules have started to bind with all the oil molecules so that you won't have any separation, because nobody wants that. Separation is a stinker. I've only had it a couple times. It's really a bugger. You don't want it, trust me. All right, we have got emulsification, so I'm going to go ahead and split off into my color pots here. It's the next day and I can't wait to get in here and see how the inside came out. The top is cute. I did come down and steam it earlier this morning, but you know what? After you do this many wreaths, they kind of all mash together. I think next year when I do this, I'm just gonna pipe a bunch of leaves straight and do the dots. I don't think I'll even take the time to do the circles because they kind of mishmash together, but I love the overall look. So let's get in here and see what the inside of Christmas wreath looks like. It smells good today, so I've got good hopes for this. All right, it's time to get into these little sparkly Christmas beauties. Let me tell you something though. This fragrance, it smells great. I'll start there. And it felt like it was firming up in a pretty good pace. And I'm like, okay, I got to get moving. Well, it just sort of sustained at a medium trace. And I had to literally wait an hour before I could come back in with the piping bags. So even though it sort of thickened up, but then it kind of held. Ooh, pretty. So I think that this fragrance behaves beautifully, and I am loving the swirls. Oh, these are making me happy, happy. All right, let's see. Oh, we got to do it, right? There's the top, and oh, so cute. These are happy bars. Look at that. It kind of looks like one of those vintage Victorian Christmas decorations. Love it.